No. Hello, everyone, and welcome to my channel, Jackie R Life Abroad. I am coming to you live from Mérida, Mexico, and I started this channel to introduce you all to life in Mexico, especially for retirees and those seeking a better life outside of the United States. So I have my channel, which is Jackie R Life Abroad on YouTube. And I want to, first of all, thank my subscribers. If you have not subscribed to the channel, I invite you to do so by just hitting the subscribe button so that you can get content that relates to living life abroad as a retiree, or if you're just, again, seeking a better life outside of the United States or any other country that you happen to be living in. Now, today's subject is a little sensitive. It has to do with uh, waste management in Mexico and why you should not flush toilet paper. I know it's a sensitive subject, but it's something that is important and something that I had to learn once I moved to Mexico. It's a little warm today, so I'm going to just keep fanning myself if I have to. But let me give you a little backstory. The first time I came to Mexico, I really didn't understand the waste management system. I had the American attitude of, okay, well, I'm just going to flush toilet paper down the toilet. I mean, it's something that I'm used to doing in America. And so I'm going to just do it here in Mexico. But there's a reason why they don't want you to flush toilet paper down the toilet, because we had a situation several years ago when I first visited Mexico, and we were flushing toilet paper down the toilet. On the last day of our stay at this one particular Airbnb, lo and behold, the toilet backed up, and it was a very, very bad situation. And the Airbnb owner had to hire some people, some plumbing people, to come and fix the toilet. And so that was a lesson learned. Another situation was I took a day trip to San Miguel Aliente, and the bus tour stopped at a roadside, like a rest stop. And we went in, and to use the restroom, you had to go to a turnstile. And it cost money to go through the turnstile to use the restroom. As a matter of fact, that particular case, it was 25 cents, okay, or however many pesos that is. And so there's a reason why they do not want you to flush toilet paper down the toilet. And so if you're thinking about moving to Mexico, or if you're already moved to Mexico and you're not used to using the trash cans to dispose of your toilet paper, I'm going to be talking about why that is, so you have an understanding of the importance of why they want you to do it that way. So let's get into it. Let's get into why that is. And let's start here. I'm going to start here. All right. What comes next is a slide presentation that I created and giving you a better understanding on the system here in Mexico and why it's important to use the trash bins instead of flushing down the toilet here. All right, we're talking about why you should not flush toilet paper down the toilet, Mexico's waste management system, and why you can't flush toilet paper. Now, look, Mexico's waste management system focuses on its sewage and sanitation infrastructure. One key rule visitors often find surprising is that you cannot flush toilet paper in most Mexicans' toilets. By the end of this video, you'll understand why this is necessary and how Mexico handles its waste. All right. Number one, The overview of Mexico's waste management system. And I found this bit of information really interesting that they generate 120,000 tons of waste every day, with challenges in recycling and proper disposal. I know in America you have the separate trash cans for plastic and for paper. I have not seen that here in Mexico or here in Mérida. All right. Let's talk about the solid waste collection. Okay. Most cities have formal trash collection, but in the rural areas, they struggle with irregular services. I know here where I live in central Merida, the trash collection is practically every other day. They're picking up the trash. Waste is often sent to landfills with only 11% being recycled compared to 35% in the EU and the European Union. They have informal waste pickers, which play a big role in recycling. Number B, sewage and waste management treatment. Many Mexican cities have aging drainage systems, originally designed for small populations. And as more people move to Mexico, that's putting a strain on the system. Only about 50% of wastewater is properly treated. And that's a big statistic. Only 50% of wastewater is properly treated before being released into rivers or oceans. In rural areas, septic tanks are common, but maintenance is inconsistent. Why you can't flush toilet paper. So now let's focus on the toilet paper rule. Now that I've talked about the sewage and waste management treatment and the solid waste collection, let's talk about that toilet paper, right? So in most Mexican homes, hotels, and businesses, you'll see signs that say, do not flush toilet paper, throw it in the bin. Or it might be in Spanish, as I have it listed here. Now, don't ask me to pronounce that in Spanish because my Spanish is un poco. That means I don't know very much Spanish. But here's the reason why. Fragile plumbing systems. Many pipes are narrow and old, often made of clay or low quality materials. They clog easily, okay, because they weren't built for paper waste. Even in modern buildings, the sewage infrastructure outside may not handle paper well. B, weak water pressure and septic tanks. Unlike in the US and Canada, many Mexican toilets use low water flow to conserve water. The water does not flow as hard here in Mexico. This means waste doesn't get pushed through pipes efficiently. In areas with septic tanks, paper can fill them up quickly, leading to costly repairs. Just like at that Airbnb I mentioned earlier, where we were putting toilet paper in the toilet and it created a serious problem. Risk of blockages and flooding. Okay. Flushing paper can cause sewage backups, leading to flooded bathrooms, expensive plumbing repairs, contaminated streets, especially during heavy rain. In places like Mexico City, where the city is sinking, okay, Mexico City is sinking, pipes are already under stress. Now, cultural adaptation. The people who live in Mexican towns like Merida are used to throwing paper in trash bins with bags that are empty daily. So if you're visiting or you've toured here and you go into the bathroom and you see that trash can, that's what it's for. It's for you to throw your toilet paper in that trash can and not in the toilets. Many businesses provide small waste bins next to the toilets for this purpose. That's what you see as you're staying in your hotel, or you go to the restaurant, or you go to the museums. When you use the restroom, there's always a little trash can for you to be able to throw away your toilet paper. Okay? Now, that's not to say that Mexico is not aware of their aging systems. And so there are some solutions and some plans for improvement. So Mexico is working on better waste management, but changes takes time. Some development includes new wastewater treatment plants, such as one of the largest in Latin America. I'm trying to pronounce this city is Atotonilco, okay? Public awareness campaigns on proper waste management. You might see billboards or signs encouraging people to follow the rule and throw the toilet paper in those trash cans. Eco-friendly alternatives like bidets. If you don't know what a bidet is, that is a French washing system that you find in France, but you can also purchase a mini bidet that you can attach to your toilet that uses the water system, and you can clean yourself using a mini bidet. Now, in conclusion, to this very sensitive subject, Mexico's waste management system faces challenges due to old infrastructure, water scarcity, and rapid urban growth. The no flush rule for toilet paper helps prevent costly and unsanitary plumbing disasters. As visitors or residents, following this practice keeps the system running smoothly. So, the final thought on this particular subject is when in Mexico, always look for the trash bin, not the toilet, when disposing of paper. It's a small habit that makes a big difference. Okay, so here are the key takeaways. Mexico's sewage systems are often outdated and can't handle flushed paper. Low water pressure and septic tanks make flushing paper risky, very risky. Throwing paper in bins prevents blockages and pollution. Infrastructure improvements are happening, but the no flush rule remains essential for now. Okay, so if you're thinking about moving to Mérida, or you're thinking about moving to Mexico, you might want to start while you're at home now is disposing of your toilet paper in a trash bin as opposed to flushing it down the toilet. I know when I visited Atlanta a few weeks ago, I had been used to throwing the toilet paper in the trash bin, and I continued that practice while I was in Atlanta, even though I could have put it in the toilet. It's something to consider. I know it's a sensitive subject, but it had to be told because people don't understand. Americans come to Mexico with their Americanized attitudes, and they don't want to play by the rules. And you can find yourself in a serious situation if you don't follow the rule and you put your toilet paper in the toilet. And so I know, again, it's a sensitive subject, but I wanted to touch on that. I think someone had asked me a question. I had met a young lady, and she asked me that question about why do Mexicans put their toilet paper in a trash can. And these are the reasons why. And so, again, I want to thank all of my subscribers. If you're new to the channel, thank you very much. If you have not subscribed to the channel, you are more than welcome to hit the subscribe button. I've started this YouTube channel to work with or help other expats and seniors my age who are looking to move abroad. And these are some of the rules that you will find as you travel international and you will have a better experience if you play by the rules. So thank you very much for listening. And again, subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. Peace out.